Want to share 3 market stats that may surprise you and perhaps enrich you. Ryan Dietrich is here, senior market strategist at LPL Financial Research. Ryan, first want to talk about the markets and how they tend to fare 6 to 12 months down the road when November gains are greater than 10% as they were this year. What happens?
That's right, Andrew. You know, you hear we have a 10% gain last month. People think, oh, maybe it's bearish, right? We've gone up too far, too fast. If you look back in market history, though, near term, sure, you can have a pullback. But 6 to 12 months later, returns are actually really strong. 6 months later, you're up double digits on average, and you're higher more than 80% of the time. 12 months later is quite similar. Let's not forget this, though. The last time we had a greater than 10% monthly gain was in April, this April. Really good gain since then. And the last little stat for this, this is only the second time ever we've had 2 separate months gain 10% during the same calendar year. The only other time that's ever happened, 1982. Obviously kicked off a pretty good bull market. We're not necessarily predicting that, but we think the market's telling us something. That 6 to 12 months from now, the action we just saw in November is really a strong sign and likely means more gains ahead.
Okay, give me let's play shorter term. Let's play December.
Yep.
What do we think is going to happen here? Santa Claus rally or not?
Yeah, maybe not. We all know December is a real strong month, up 1.5% on average, second strongest month of the year, also higher, more likely than any other month. But when you have a really big November, like we just did, November can actually steal from Santa Claus. When you have a 10% gain like we just did, December is actually down on average. So we think it makes sense, feel good time of the year. People are really optimistic. I've been coming on with you guys for a while being bullish. Everybody's bullish now, so maybe there's a contrarian little weakness here. But don't forget, this is an election year. I know no one's going to forget that. And the S&P has only been down in December during election year once, going back to 84. So you got all these things swirling. I think at the end of the day, though, the big rally in November makes sense. Maybe December is a little bit weaker than most people think.
You're putting coal in my stocking there. Final stat, we only got 20 seconds.
Well, let's still believe in Santa, though. I think it's still going to be a good year. But the final thing, this has been a terrible year for a lot of reasons. S&P was down 30% for the year back in March. We all remember that. This will be the first year in history, in all likelihood, that stocks finish higher after being down 30% at one point. So that's a real positive thing to be feeling from where we were back in March, obviously.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.